Hey guys, it's Derek here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a very special bunny senpai again. That is Sakurajima Mai from E-Stream. This is the train version, and let's see if it's worth the giant price tag. Starting off with some quick little things, we get this nice brown box on the outside, and they've even numbered it. This is number 1557 of I don't know how many units, because I don't think they really ever disclose that. But this cost a ton of money, about 35,200 yen, which is quite a bit for a 1/7 scale figure. It's kind of what E-Stream does. They love to have very big and extravagant figures. Go with that. I got this new table, but I'm not sure if it's gonna help at all. We will see, because I'm still kind of not doing things on the table. Nice little foam insert. How does this look? They really gave a massive box for this. I bought this off of AmiAmi. Shipping wasn't cheap either. It was about half of the figure cost itself just to ship it over here. And because I live in Canada, I got charged another $60 Canadian for DHL. So all in all, this figure was well over $400 Canadian to get to my house. Now, the official name is the Enoden version. I am assuming this is a train line in Japan. Overall, box looks pretty good. Very standard, should be a scramble. And there's a little tag down here that says, sales outside Japan only. So I don't know if there's a Japanese version that actually has a different box, but this is what we get. Let's just cut this open here. And a little, what's this? How to assemble guide. Don't really need that. We're just gonna wing that. Nice big plastic blister. Everything looks very, very well intact. There's a little bit of tape on the outside. But I'm glad E-Stream has learned, and they're trying to box things up a lot better. Now, the first layer you do get Mai, and also the warning sign. And in the bottom here, we get the infamous, I would say, base or stand. This is where the bulk of the money is. Just looking at the base itself, it is very, very simplistic, and the trees look like they're not rendered properly. It's just really, really dull. There's not a whole lot of shading on here or texture. I think this could have done really well if they went back through here and added a little bit more inking. The train itself doesn't look bad. Yeah, this is quite a hefty piece. Like, you know, just kind of big. That is a weird design. Let's take a look at the Mai figure real quick. You do get a little bit of padding right where her hair is so it doesn't scratch. That's good. And you also get some plastic stuffs on the outside. Awesome. Not bad. Pretty solid. A lot of tape. And let's get the last piece out here. I still don't know how to feel. Well, I kind of know how I feel about all this, but let me just put it all together first. I don't think it'll be too difficult. This is very, very light plastic. Looks and feels kind of like a toy. This middle piece right here is fairly sturdy, and I think that's where we're gonna start. We're just gonna pop this in first. Ooh. This last piece in, which goes in pretty safely and snugly. I mean, it's alright. Let me go over a few of the positives at least. The Mai figure does look really, really nice. She has a great little pose. She has 2 points of contact on the ground, so there's not going to be any warpage or leaning, so that's really, really good. I'm really happy about that. I have had a figure or two kind of lean in a direction too, or maybe snap and break off. The pose looks great, very, very subtle, kind of that shy, playful look. I do dig it. Facial expression's also really nice. It's very simple with a nice little smile, and we get a nice bit of blush on the cheeks, and they even put a little bit right where her hands are, so small little attention bits, so some bonus points there. I also do like how her eyes have a bit of gloss right where the decal is, and overall, the paint isn't too bad. We do get a bit of gloss with the bunny ears and also her shoes. Everything else is kind of like this satin kind of look. It looks soft. I don't know how else to explain it, but it does look pretty nice. Now the big thing here is there's a lot of shading where you would expect it, right where her stockings are, her skirt, and that's kind of it. For some reason, it looks like they stopped shading her jacket, so it kind of looks unfinished. I'm not too big of a fan of that. Yeah. If I was better at painting, I'd actually go back in and redo that. Because you do see a lot of wrinkles right where her elbow joint is, and there's like no shading. Not great. The hair does look very good, very on point. Has a bit of a gradient near the tips, and I highly appreciate that as well. But for her figure herself, she does look pretty good. If I were to just buy the figure of Mai and have a very simple base or stand, I'd say you'd probably be looking around 20,000 yen. I wouldn't pay very much more than that. As for all the other parts that are incorporated here, I think this is where the money gouging kind of starts. It feels like eStream is missing the point a little bit, and I really hope they stop doing this two-dimensional, three-dimensional thing, because it just doesn't really work. Figures, in my opinion, you can actually see it from multiple angles and they look great, whereas here the train or train-kun only looks great from the one angle in the front. Otherwise, if you see it from the side, you get this nasty gray bit right here, which is not very pretty. Back is also incredibly gray. Obviously, if you're gonna put this on a bookshelf or anything, I think that'd be ideal. Overall, the rest of the backdrop is just very lackluster in terms of the detail. It looks like it has a decent concept, but the paint execution just missed completely. The figure should be the most important thing, and all the effects and everything else that goes along with it should elevate the figure. Yeah, I'm not too happy with the backdrop. For this price, I'd totally expect maybe like the light here to actually light up, but overall it just feels like toyish. It's not a great feeling. Very hollow, and dare I say, it might even feel cheap. Now, as a consumer, I do understand everyone's frustration when it comes to paying a lot more for your figures. This, I think, isn't too common. There's still other versions of Mai out there that are much more simple and won't charge you that much. Although everything in the figure industry has been going up a little bit. That has to do with manufacturing costs. Things like shipping also kind of go into it as well. Oil costs a lot more money. So I can kind of justify in my head if, say, Mega House or Kotobukiya is charging a few hundred or a few thousand yen more just to get the product out. However, this, it feels a little bit unnecessary, and I hope this doesn't continue too far down the line. I think in the future, just give us a nice simple base and go from there. I don't know if this is the premium experience that Shibuya Scramble wanted to offer, but I do like the figure itself though. Just everything else seems a little too much. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Would you pick this up, or maybe something like the Kotobukiya version, which is a lot more simple? We might need to get a re-release of that though. But yeah. And as always, please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.